Okay, switching gears because now we have a little bit of a montage of crazy to entertain us all. And we start with Tim Walz's daughter, Hope, who continues to be an influencer, I guess, on TikTok. She's mad about Trump's order to keep men out of women's sports. Super mad about it.
Oh.
Here she is whining about it.
Signing an executive order that pertains to 1% of the population is not protecting women. It's setting a dangerous precedent, and it is dangerous for the trans community, women, minorities, anyone who is not a straight white man. Like, seriously, I think some of us, a lot of us, need to open up a history book, because what's going on right now is textbook. It's textbook. And truly, it's boring, and it's loser behavior. I have never felt unsafe around a trans person. I have felt unsafe around men. So maybe let's deal with that.
What an annoying little brat.
God, she's like, the apple doesn't fall far, right?
No, it does not.
Yeah. So she says women and minorities are hurt by that executive order. I don't, she's going to have to bring receipts for that, because I don't want a transgender in my daughter's bathroom. And I don't want her playing with boys in sports. You know what I mean? I don't want her doing that because she could get hurt. And you could also, give her receipts of all of the women who have been physically hurt, not just emotionally, because I mean, these people are all about the feels. I'm talking about physically hurt in, these situations where these men come into these sports and they hurt these women because they're not women.
Exactly.
Like, my God. So I don't understand. She's saying that women and minorities, like, how are minorities especially affected by this executive order? She's so full of crap. She's just throwing words out there because that's what she's used to hearing. And liberals are like, women, minorities, and oppressed. And like, these are the buzzwords. And then she has to put as many of those buzzwords in her little videos as she can.
And she's got that annoying vocal affect where everything she says is like a question. And she can't just talk like a normal person.
She's Ilhan Omar.
Kind of, only she doesn't have the squeak at the end.
Because Ilhan does that all the time. She's like, I know Ilhan Omar. That's right. She's more squeaky than questiony.
Yeah, okay, Ilhan is very squeaky. And speaking of trans people, there was a crazy hearing in Worcester, Massachusetts yesterday where you're going to see a little montage of the people that were hoping that this city council would vote to make Worcester, Massachusetts a sanctuary for trans people, which now I guess that means, like, if you're a sanctuary city or county or whatever for trans people, that means you're just going to blatantly disregard whatever the laws are pertaining to trans people. I guess. I mean, I'm assuming that's the case. And they won. These crazy people you are about to see made it happen. There was a committee vote of like 9-2 deciding that this area of Pennsylvania of Massachusetts.
It's Worcester, Mass.
Yeah, would be a sanctuary for trans people. This is actually happening. And here's who these city council people listen to. This is just a little bit.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
Bring it.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Up,
I'm sorry. Am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
Of course.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me.
Okay, we're all done here.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking pathetic.
We're all done. Come on.
Laddie LaRouge, he, they, in drag, District 3.
My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Livy Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like, all the time.
You have to imagine being me and my wife.
No.
Fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Nobody wants to
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community?
Normally I would say good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here as someone as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B.
Is this your God-given name?
Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
No.
Okay. Yeah. It's all right. I can't. It's again with the theater kids. Again, they're all out. You guys, this is what we need to do is we need to take that. Well, we need to cut it down because there's so much mental illness there, but we need to cut it.
I cut that down from a much longer montage.
I know there's so much of it yesterday, like just on, and it's just endless. And like, God, if you live in Worcester and you're like I call it Worcester. It's
maybe you're saying I could be saying it totally wrong. I have no idea.
It's spelled Worcester, but it's pronounced Worcester, Mass. That's what they say. Like when you,
I can't say that or the sauce. I don't know how to say the sauce. It's basically the same thing.
When I lived in Boston, I remember I went to Worcester, I guess, like one day. I had to go there one day for something to do some sort of administrative task. And it was just, I thought it was Worcester, and I was quickly corrected on that.
Oh.
Right. But anyways, we should condense some of this and use it as an ad. We need to use that as an ad for the midterms. Like, and just be like the Democrat Party, everybody.
Behold,
there it is. They're Democrat. All of them are Democrats. And that's not one single person that we saw, individual that we saw is a Republican or a conservative. So use it in an ad.
Yeah, and you could also use this next clip in an ad. This is Democrat Representative Emmanuel Cleaver, who is very upset with Musk. And I had to include this because at the end, he tries to call Musk a name. I don't know what, but it ended up just being ridiculous. Here he is.
I'm going to be quick because I want to send a message to somebody. Elon, take your musty millions and musty Moscow rights to the moon. Because if you don't, we're going to stand up, we're going to speak out, we're going to march, we're going to do anything we need to do to make sure that the people of this country understand that the CFPB is for them. You get your musty hands off of our money or go to Moscow, you musty moo.
You musty moo. What?
That should be in an ad. That should also be in an ad.
Put that in the same ad. Just lump it in there. Are you guys listening? The RNC, are you paying attention? Just start working on it now. Musty moo. But that was so cringe. It was like equal parts cringe and awesome.
That's why, I mean, for sure we had to have it in today's show. Like there was no way we weren't going to have that.
Hashtag musty moo. Hashtag musty moo.
Yeah. And the title for today, I was like, wait, what was it? Moscow mossy moosey musty man? I can't remember. So, but whatever it was amazing.
It is mean to cows. It's mean to cows.